In the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium right here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Kansas City Chiefs. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Shot 53. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. Down, go,
First down, Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And he's able to get up here to the 26.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
On third down, Mariota. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. They only get 4, but the fake punt works and gets them a first down. Wow, what a gutsy call. If you're the defense, opening drive, you just got the stop, or at least you think, and then boom, right back on the field for more.
It had to feel of something that they had planned for all week long. Hey, first drive of the game, let's be aggressive, let's go get them. And now defensively, they've got to be writing notes to themselves. In practice, work on fake punts right out of the gate because that was really unexpected.
Chris Jones on the stop.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Running with Kamara. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Mariota from the gun on third down. And that will be incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a fourth down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Throwing now is Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit. I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him, and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. They keep it with Barkley on first down. And an alley to run. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 9th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 36 yards on the play.
First down, Saints.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Mariota to throw it this time. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And some room to work. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Saints take over.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Rip left, rip left.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. No. Off. Hey, check.
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Watch out.
Now this time he'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Well, earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Saquon Barkley. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
Mike's 45. 47. Coming to you.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down.
Defense, get out the field. Defense. Outside.
45-yard line.
55. Target. Mike 55. Here we go.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Completes it to Hardman. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, a 22. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Mahomes going to throw. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. This is Barkley. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle it. That's what you're looking for.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. From the gun, Mariota looking long for Thomas. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
47 Mike, 47 Mike. Yellow. Echo. Come on, D. 47's the Mike, 47's the Mike. Watch twins.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Delta. 47's the Mike. 47's the Mike. You ain't going.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And it's complete to Kelsey. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 20-yard line.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
A 1st down carry for Barkley won't lead to much as he'll take this forward for maybe a yard. It's 2nd down. Keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's get off the field, D. 56. Mike.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. It's Hill, complete. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Here we go. Mike spot 4.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
And Barkley will try to punch it in, and he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Saquon Barkley, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead.
Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken near the 13. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Yeah, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Kamara. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Kamara. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 10 yards, good for his Saints, 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
On 3rd down, Laird. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. They'll keep it on the ground. Laird, and he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position.
Let's go. 56 yards. Check 55 to Mike. Let's go one more.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Watch QB jump.
A toss out to Barkley. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now it's Barkley. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
2nd and 14 at the 28-yard line.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Come on. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. 3 down. 3 down. Check, 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 check.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play. And that's going to lead them to 4th down.
It's 4th down.
We're back now in KC. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll run with Barkley. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Right there in the middle. 55. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check, 55.
Now here's Mahomes. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley. And now it's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's going to ball his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter.
The Saints take over
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Thomas, the intended target.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Meanwhile here, a run on 1st down really backfires as he's going to be brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 7 on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. Again, it's Barkley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
It's now 3rd down and long.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17.
55, Mike 55. Defense wins championship.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
38-3, 2-18, chopper.
They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Time to go, night. SOS.
One.
Again, it's Murray. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Safety screaming.
3.
Scene 6.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Check 24. Watch 24.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away.
Tyreek Hill on the return. The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Right on these two. Hey, 15. Here we go.
Mahomes going to throw it here. Flush to his right. They complete it to Hill. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a 1st down.
And the Kansas City Chiefs, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked